All right, so we have, I'm going to mute him for 1 second. We have Travis here. He fished the Texas event today. We're going to go over some results from today. We're going to talk about fishing conditions, etc. How we put a bounty on one of the anglers today, see if he lived up to the bounty. Oh, did not mean to have this up. My favorite race car driver qualified well again in F1 today. So first, we'll go over to our short event. Our short event today was an 8-hour event. It was kayak, boat, and bank. No one signed up for the bank and the boat, but we did have 4 anglers sign up for the kayak division. Texas Kayak Catfishing Club. Let me go over to the comments because this is all about the anglers. Okay. The Texas Kayak Catfishing Club. Let me bring it up here really quick. All right. Let me actually bring it up where I don't have any chat bubbles. Right there, Texas Kayak Catfishing Club. Go join them if you can. I wonder what that was. Ryan, we're live right now. So we're good. Go join that group if you can. The short event, we had 4 kayak anglers in there. Ryan jumped out to a giant lead, 111.25 inches. He had 3 fish, 39.5, 38.75, and 33 inches. So about halfway through the event, there were 3 guys fishing in the Texas Kayak Catfishing Club event. That was an in-person event. They drew 7 guys, which is awesome. So halfway through, I was like, hey, here's a bounty. Let's see if anyone can beat Ryan. If anyone beat Ryan for the rest of the day and or beat him for big fish, I was going to double their big fish payout or give them a free entry into the next event. Unfortunately, all those anglers got skunked. It was a tough fishing day. Ryan did well, but on Taylorsville as well. From what I was told, there were a bunch of people who had a tough day on Taylorsville as well. Ryan was, just the winning angler that day. So he wins that with 111.25 inches and 39.5. So let's check this here. All right. Yep, I can see it. You're good there. 39.5. Yep, that's clearly 39.5. He ain't cheating. All right. Congrats, Ryan. I'm just going to go in here and let's see here. Set all entries official. This tournament is officially over. So once I set all entries officially, you'll see here, you guys might not be able to see it well on the screen. Everything turns green. Tournament's over. So Ryan Boards, congrats on winning our short event. Over to the Washington, D.C. event. There's 4 anglers in this. This is bank fishing only. You see this square? This is the boundaries. Devin Addison, also known as DC Metro Angler on YouTube, he's the one hosting this event. Currently, we have 0 entries. Let's highlight those anglers real quick. We have DC Metro Angler, Jose Ortiz, Stephanie Miranda, and William Heath. So not much more to go over there quite yet, but this is early. This one is a noon to noon event, 24 hours, starting at noon today, going through noon tomorrow. So if you go to our club here on Fishing Chaos, if you go to tournaments, you can go to their specific page, or you can go to Short Online Tournaments, and you can find their event right here if you want to check in for daily updates. And now you guys get to watch me deny a fish. Right now on the Scioto River, our weather is terrible in Ohio right now. The fact that these guys have 8 people competing is blowing me away. They have 1 entry right now so far in 6 hours. Same exact thing, noon to noon, 24-hour event. But I have to go deny this fish because poor Joel Harris, it's his first tournament ever. It's his first fish submission ever. He was all excited. He even recorded the fish, recorded measuring it. He recorded releasing it. But as you can see, there's no identifier. It's kind of been a running joke throughout the day. So I'm going to go into manage entry here really quick off screen because I can see coordinates, etc. on my side. I'm going to hit deny, no ID, deny. We're going to go back to the tournament home. And now there are no fish submitted for this either. This weekend so far is a tough weekend for fishing. There's only been 1 successful angler that I'm aware of so far, and that is good old Ryan Bortz. All right, and now over to, we're going to bring Travis. This is Travis England. He is a competitor in the Texas scene. He also competes in the national scene. We're going to unmute. Wait. Oh, he wasn't muted. You there? You there, Travis?
Yeah, I'm here.
Oh, okay. He was just, all right, he was driving. So your side was really quiet. So he was just driving a second ago. So I heard the noise of the car. So I thought maybe I had you muted still. But we got Travis in here.
As soon as you brought up my name, I went ahead and unmuted. I pulled over so I could talk.
Oh, okay. Cool. Cool. So let's see here. This is what I'm going to do. I'm actually just going to go to my YouTube channel. While we talk, I'm just going to run. Do you have a YouTube channel by chance?
I do, but I haven't got too many videos up. It's Tex Yak Cats.
Tex Yak Cats. What we're going to do is we're going to Tex Yak Cats. Is it the one with 6 subscribers? 21 minutes?
Yeah.
All right. We're just going to have your video run in the background while we chat. Why not? There we go.
All right. Sounds good.
All right. So while we chat, this is picture or there's a video of Travis actually catching fish. He unfortunately didn't catch any fish today. We also
today
Ryan,
was rough, man.
Yeah, we got Ryan down there. We're gonna add Ryan. I'm gonna mute you, but I'm gonna add you so people know that you're there. Ryan, we'll get to you guys here in a second. All right, so Travis, tell me. I have a list of questions for here to ask you too, but just tell me in general what your day was like today so far.
Well, I mean, we woke up this morning and it was fairly calm. I think it was as cold as like 56 degrees today. Yes, that's cold here in Texas. We got to the water and we launched just fine. We're like, okay, cool. We're right there next to the dam. Water's like glass, and just right off the get go, just nothing was hitting. I take that back. I did get one really good hit, but hook came out of his mouth, or he only had the bait in his mouth. I mean, it wasn't but 10 seconds after I filmed my intro, and I had already put my baits down in the water, and then I just shut off the camera, and it was like, I was like, oh, come on now.
That's how it works. Real quick question. I saw you using a low profile reel. What reel is that? Because I might be making the switch.
I actually have them right next to me.
You got them right next to you?
Yes. They're in the truck with me. So it's the Pissy Fun Chaos XS 60 Series 60. It's really not even. Oh, you're talking about that low profile?
Yeah, I'm talking about the low profile that was just in the video.
That's actually the Pissy Fun. It's a hard name to pronounce. It's Alihozo or something.
Gotcha. But it's a PC Fun, right? As long as we have the name brand, we can figure it out from there. Fun. Got it. Cool. Yeah. Cool.
Yeah, that reel, I actually had no complaints about it, other than the fact that it did not hold enough line for my liking.
I hear you.
Because, I mean, in this video that you're playing, actually, was the day that I had a like a 6.5 foot gar make a run on me.
Oh.
And if he had hit one of the low profile reels, I would have been out of line. I would have been spooled in 10 seconds. So I've switched over to nothing but the Chaos XS 60s now. So
that makes sense. They don't have a clicker. Dale Hillship said they also don't have a clicker. So for me, that wouldn't be too big of a deal, because I don't, even when I bang fish now, I normally on my kayak. I'm not a big clicker guy. I like my reels to be locked down. My hookup ratio has just been, for me personally, some people claim they have no issues. Just for me personally, my hookup ratio is terrible. For people, this is my little taint tickler right here, to make the sound a little better. But all right, so that's great info. And you said no fish today. Conditions were good. I saw conditions got a little worse throughout the day for you guys.
Yeah.
That's a big lake. Clint was fishing 122 feet.
Yeah, there's parts of that lake when it's at full pull, it's 210 foot.
Wow, that's deep.
But yeah, I was hitting spots at 158, 165, 170. And
that's awesome.
There was nothing biting.
Nothing biting?
No. I even had the graph up, and nothing was even coming up on graph.
Oh. That's a bummer. It's okay, because I didn't catch anything today either. So, but I was watching.
The way I look at it is, we all have our skunk days. So.
Oh yeah,
Just happened to be 7 of us at the same exact time.
So I've also noticed that too. I've participated and been to, I don't know, 100+ tournaments now. I've noticed days that a lot of people's, like, when the fishing's bad overall, like, everyone seems to skunk but one person. You know what I mean? Like, I've been in events where everyone skunked but one guy, and I was the only person who caught fish, and vice versa. I've also been in events where I was part of everyone skunking, and then only one person caught. So it was probably just the conditions probably just all met up. The coolest part, though, was that the fact that you guys got to have your first in-person event down in Texas.
Yes, and me and Clint have actually been talking about hitting Lake Travis for the last 6 months minimum.
Mm-hmm.
And I brought it up to Shane, and I was like, hey, why don't we just make it an in-person tournament? Well, he and I got to talking about it, and we said, why don't we just make it an in-person tournament? And now we have this whole road series all scheduled out.
That's awesome. And I was talking to Clint earlier. There's a very good chance what we're going to end up doing. So I'm doing a point series for the Ohio Trail. He didn't say you guys were necessarily doing a point series for Texas, but I'm thinking at the end, we're thinking at the end of it, having the 3 best scoring or the 3 best anglers from each state competing against each other in another Ohio versus Texas. I think that would be pretty cool.
Oh, yeah, that'd be freaking awesome.
And then Clint even said try and find some neutral waters like Alabama or something. And I'm like, hey, I'm down. So that might be in the future. There's no promises yet, but that could possibly be in the future. We just talked about it today.
Oh, heck yeah.
So
I would honestly be for that.
That would be sweet. So I'm going to mute you here for 1 second, and I'm going to bring Ryan Bumbortz on and talk to him for a second here. And everybody, this is Travis England with Tex Yak Cats Fishing. Go give him a sub, etc. So what we're going to do here now, we're bringing this bum on right here. Let me press play. All right, I'm going to mute Travis. All right, there's Ryan. There's Ryan and the Fishing for Autism guys. Say hi, guys.
What's up, buddy?
That's Ryan on the far left. That's Lucky Ronnie in the middle. MC Norris has the big old beard up top in the back. And then, bad with names.
That's 2.0. That's Ronnie's boy.
Oh, yeah, that's Ronnie's buddy. Oh, that's Ronnie's son. Okay. I was going to say he looks familiar. That's Ronnie's son. And then this is MC Norris's child right here. This is the Fishing for Autism crew. They had a tournament today down on Taylorsville Lake. Ryan also participated in our 8-hour tournament today. So it was essentially him versus 3 other guys in Texas. The Texas guys had a rough day. Ryan had a great day. But from what Ryan said earlier, and correct me if I'm wrong, Ryan, was fishing conditions tough today? And did everyone boat, kayak, bank? Did everyone struggle? Were you like the outlier?
Yeah, I mean, I had a far better day than anybody else. Ronnie and his team, they got on a pretty decent fish and one other little one. Yep. And I had 3 in the floor of the kayak. I had a triple at 05 this morning. I mean, it just started off that way, and I had my biggest double of my life today. 34 and a 39 and a half. I had at the same time. It made a huge mess out of my lines.
That's awesome.
But I ended up with 11 fish in 4.5 hours as I actually fished. It was windy and cold and just a miserable day, but the bite was good where I was at, so I took it.
That's awesome. So did I also hear that you would have probably beat the boat guys too?
Yeah, I could have boat tournament and the kayak tournament.
Early.
So us kayak guys, we don't talk a lot of crap to the boaters, but when we do end up having a better day than them, they definitely hear it from us. That's
2 weeks in a row I did that. Last Saturday I could have won a boat tournament as well. So.
You don't know how many phone calls I got today.
Oh, Eric, that's me. I muted your mic just because I had Ryan talking. So let's bring Eric on. So I got Eric. Ryan, I'm going to mute you here for 1 second. Eric just joined us. So we got Eric here. So the person you see fish. Oh, wait. Is Ryan trying to say something? 1 second. You trying to say something, Ryan?
Yeah, I'm going to actually jump off here. We're here at the pizza place getting pizza. So
awesome.
Awesome. 15 of us here eating.
Awesome. All right. You have a good one, brother?
All right, buddy. We'll talk to you after a while.
See ya. Eric here is the first person to ever donate to my YouTube. It is Catfish Crazy. Am I correct?
Catfishing Chaos.
Catfishing Chaos. All right.
And I helped you catch. What'd you catch? A 38-inch blue?
It was right around. It was a giant. It was a giant blue. I mean, for around here, I guess. But yeah, it was a giant blue. And it was no joke. He donated $4.99, and then I'm laughing because it just made me giggle that I got somebody to give me money while I was fishing, and then out of nowhere, my rod just broke in half, and we started reeling the fish, and it was a good time. So Eric's like me. We were fair weather fishermen this weekend. Eric did not go out. Eric normally fishes. He's one of the administrators, and he normally fishes the Scioto River event. So what are the conditions like up where you're at? So tell people how bad it is for the 8 people who are actually competing.
it's spitting snow. 30-mile-an-hour winds. I think the temperature's like 30, 35, but the wind chill we're down below freezing. It's just a miserable day. Sitting here watching Ryan fish in the sunshine down there, it just makes me jealous, Been looking forward to it all year, and then this weekend it's Ohio though. It has to snow.
Yep. I'm gonna be honest, I was highly considering making the drive out there today, but I was just like, you know what? There's no chance that I'm gonna do this, because if I get out there and the conditions are terrible, I'm going to be so mad. And the person I'm bringing up now, this is Circle Hook Productions. Him and Shane Davis, they're the guys who are responsible. There might be more admins, but these are the 2 guys that I know are responsible for putting on the Texas kayak catfishing tournaments. Travis, are you an admin of that? I cannot unmute you because it says you muted yourself. There we go.
Yes, I am.
Okay. All right. Sorry. Travis, Shane. So it's Travis, Shane, and Clint, right? You guys are the 3 admins. Did I lose you? It looks like Travis's screen froze.
Yeah, Travis, I think it froze.
I'm gonna throw you on mute there, Travis. Your screen froze.
Hate it when that happens. Technology.
I know. Right. It looks like he's back.
There he is.
You there, Travis? Can you hear us? Wait. We can.
Is it still muted?
I don't know. I think maybe. That's all good. But yeah, that guy right there, that's Clint with Circle Hook Productions. He's been a huge help to OCT. He's made us videos before, intros. He got us our logo. So he's been a huge part. Travis with us, Clint and Shane Davis, they help run TKCC. And if I'm not crediting somebody, I do apologize. But Eric, beneath me, he is one of the admins of the Scioto River group. And Eric, like me, we're not fishing today because we're babies. No. We don't like the wind. But yeah, go ahead. I asked you how the conditions were like. How are the conditions there again? And is your river high? Is it on the fall? We're going to be experiencing a hard river drop over the next 2 days.
Who was that for, Travis or me?
Oh, that's for you. That's for you, Eric.
Oh, yeah. I mean, the water temperature dropped about 8 degrees last night. The river's dropping. Water temperature's dropping. It's just the river's real muddy. I mean, it looks like chocolate milk. It is. I knew it was going to be tough, and I feel so bad for the guy that caught a fish, submitted it without the identifier. Because I figured, like, honestly, if you catch a fish today, you have a good chance of winning.
Mm-hmm.
And I seen that posted, and I was like, man, that poor guy. And it's his first tournament. We're all guilty. But, he won't do it again. I hope. But
you would think. I still do it today.
I know. I'm the same way. I've done it multiple times. It is good learning experience, though.
Mm-hmm. Today's one of those days up where we live. A single 20-inch cat could win you the tournament. Whether you were at a boat tournament, kayak tournament, it don't matter. A single 20-inch catfish today could win any tournament out there because the conditions are so bad. So Oh, I feel so bad. I felt
I
so
do
bad
too.
for him. Yeah.
I seen he posted that fish on. I was just checking the standings to see if anybody was catching a fish, and I seen it, and I was like, I mean, his picture was perfect. Everything looked good,
That's
all
what made
except
it
the
so
identity.
funny.
I was like, oh, that poor guy, and you know he's kicking himself.
Yeah, that's what makes it funnier too, because it's like a 4K picture. It's
It
one of
is
the like
a
most
beautiful
clear
picture.
pictures
It
I've
really
ever
is.
seen.
Like his bump board, it's a brand new bump board. Never had a fish on it. It's nice and clean. You can read everything, and then no identifier. I was like, man, that poor guy.
That's a bummer. Yeah, that hurts. That hurts. Oh man.
Yeah, I stopped by and I talked to Peyton and Brandon. They were fishing here a couple minutes from the house. I took them some sinkers over, and just sitting and looking at the river. I sat there and talked to him for probably an hour. Just looking at the river. I mean, if somebody's out in their kayak, guys, be careful. It's just one of those. It's so cold out. If something was to happen, heaven forbid, if you're not close to something or somebody, it could get dangerous really fast.
I gotcha. I'm assuming your current's up a little bit.
Yeah, I think we're going 20. I'd say 2,500 feet a second, which, I mean, it is fishable, but I mean, you hit some of those other places where you might hit 3 mile an hour current.
Yeah,
or you into a log jam, and then you got issues.
Yeah, and that's another thing. So I'm glad you said feet per second, because a lot of guys get hung up on this CFS stuff, like the cubic feet per or whatever, blah blah blah.
Yeah,
that all depends on how deep your river is.
Yes.
So you can have 1,000 CFS in one body of water that's doing literally no current, and you can have 1,000 CFS in another body of water that's shooting out 5 mile an hour current. It all depends on how deep your river is.
Yep.
So I try and tell people, like, try and find like a website or a graph that either gives you miles per hour, or what I did was every time I went fishing, I would plot what my graphs would say around here. And then I would make notes of, okay, when it says the river's at 28 feet, I have 2 miles an hour. When the river says it's at 32 feet, I'm at 3.2 miles an hour. So,
and that's a great thing to do.
Yeah. For anyone who's watching CFS, don't pay so much attention to CFS. Learn what that actually means for your body of water, because it's completely different everywhere. Like, I love when I'm watching a YouTube video and someone's like, yeah, we're spilling 46,000 CFS. I'm like, that means nothing.
Right. And that's the thing. I mean, the Scioto, it's small and shallow. It's not very wide. So if you catch a place that it might suck down to 100 yards wide, and you're in 4 inches of water, you have some current going through there. And you can hear it. You know what I mean? As soon as you hit it, you can hear it. You know it. But it could turn bad quick, especially as cold as, I think our water temperature now is at like 40. What was it? So it was 51. I bet it's down to 41 right now, 42.
Oh, so you guys are colder than us. We were in the high 40s the other week. I mean, hell, our back creeks were in the 50s.
Yeah, we were 51. What day? Wednesday. We were at 51 degrees, and I checked it yesterday, and it dropped down. When I said, buddy, I'm not fishing, I checked it, and we were down to 44. And then this wind, the way it's blowing against the river and the cold, and it's going to continue to drop.
I hear you. What are you drinking there? Is that a Bud Light?
Yes, sir.
I'm being a man. I'm drinking a Budweiser.
Yeah, I used to.
I see Travis is laughing.
One time.
Travis is laughing because he has himself muted, but if Travis was muted, he could give me crap, because before the stream started, I was like, I gotta finish this before anyone hops on, because I lost my man card. The last live I was on, I was drinking one of these.
Right.
So I went and quickly grabbed a man beer.
Yeah, I'm on a diet.
You're on a diet?
So I gotta stick with a light beer.
You muted yourself. Travis, you muted yourself. We didn't hear you. I saw you holding the Mountain Dew up, though.
He's still muted. Travis.
So you're not muted on the stream. You might have your microphone muted on your phone.
Down at the bottom left.
All right. It says unmuted. Can't hear you.
Yeah, still can't hear you.
But you know what? We went over all the events. We got to chat with someone from each event. I think it's a good time. We'll kill the live now. Clint's video over here just finished. So Travis is with us. Go sub to Travis. His YouTube is X Yak Cat. Let me see here. I got it right. This is actually, it's a really good video. Go subscribe to Travis here. Catfishing Chaos is right beneath me. That's Eric. And then I'm Kayak Mike on YouTube. We're going to close this broadcast out. We're going to try and do this more throughout the year. I mean, unless I'm out there actually fishing, but yeah, we'll call it a wrap, and thank you guys for joining.
Yep.
And I'll see you guys in the future.
Cheers, everybody. See ya.
Peace.